Alright guys, well, I finally got my mail in today. Today is the 1st of January 2025, so Happy New Year's to everybody out there. And if you would, please give me a thumbs up on this video, help the algorithm out, and help grow this channel. You can already tell by the title of today's video, we're going to cover all of the Kraken series of the Flycolor ESC and the Wi-Fi programming card. So I've got them right here in front of me. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. Now, we have Flycolor Kraken 180 and a Flycolor Kraken 150. Now the only reason I ordered the 150 is because it's not offered on OSE. OSE offers the 180 and the 120. Now I've had excellent results using the Kraken 120 here in my little shrimp outrigger, which there's the 120. We've gotten 91 miles an hour out of that. And that ESC has done great. I've put it through a lot of abuse. I've sunk it 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times. Completely submerged underwater. Have no issues with it. Now, originally I put a Kraken 180 in this, and it had a manufacturer defect, so that's why we had to return it. And we got a new one here now. I also ordered these. When I ordered them, they came from AliExpress, and I opted to try and get the Wi-Fi card. We're going to go ahead and walk through this together. I'm going to take this out, download the app, and we're going to see what features that the Wi-Fi programming card has for these. So let's go ahead, cut them open, get them out the pack, and take a look at these things. So at first glance, here is the little Wi-Fi programming card, about the size of a quarter. And we look at the 150. So it's a 150 amp continuous 170 amp burst, and this is a 180 continuous 200 amp burst. Now these ESCs have what they call is a speed up function. So this wire here is your speed up wire. You would put this in your 3rd or your 4th channel with a switch on your controller. And I've yet to figure that part out yet, but I believe you're supposed to like depress the switch under full throttle to give you a little boost in speed. I still have to play with that. But they're both identical size and they're both identical weight. If we flip them over, we'll look at the back size, the back side of these things. There's literally looks like no difference. I've yet to see any absolute, change in these things. So because they're so similar, for the price, I would just opt to go with the 180. If the one I bought the 150 in hopes that it would be small enough that I could actually fit this in a shrimp rigger, but it looks like it's going to be too big. But one thing I do like about these is with this heat sink and your water cooling going through, they do have excellent cooling. I've never had an issue with these things getting hot. But okay, so what I'm going to do now, we've got our instructions. I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit of this. And then right here on the packaging of the Wi-Fi card, they send me a little QR code. So I'm going to scan this QR code. I'm going to get the instructions. I'm going to read them, go through the parameters and everything, and then I'll jump back on here with y'all and we'll talk about it. Because this is the first time I've seen these, so I need to familiarize myself with how this works in order for me to convey it to you. Okay, now I've got a SMC 4S pack hooked to it right now just for shits and giggles. We've got the 180 here and the Wi-Fi card. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through what needs to be done in order to access this stuff on your Android or your iPhone. It took me about an hour to figure this out in a couple of videos and reading, so I'm going to walk you through it via screen record. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to see where it says Offshore Electrics Downloads. You need to put in Offshore Electric Downloads. I didn't find downloads anywhere on their site. So go into Google, type in Offshore Electric Downloads. We're going to click it. That's going to prompt us and bring us to a index of downloads. We're going to click it. So now that we've got into the index of downloads, just ignore that. We're going to go here to where it says Flycolor Kraken. There's all sorts of downloads that Offshore Electrics has, but we're going to go to Flycolor Kraken. and we're going to do the Flycolor V1.2.9 Android APK. We're going to click it, and we're going to download it. Now I've already got it in there, so there's no need for me to go that step. So we'll go to download, and then what that does, that's going to take us to it's going to take us to this app here, which is Flycolor. Now we're in the Flycolor app. We want to say we removed our, if you look here, and make sure you remove your propeller. So you got to click on that and say I removed my propeller. And then you can go down here and click connect. But this is where I ran into an issue. You click connect and it pops up this prompt that says, here are all the things you need to do in order to get your Wi-Fi to work. But I couldn't figure it out. I said, well, my Bluetooth's on, it's not connecting via Bluetooth, blah, blah, blah. Well, I wasn't reading and really understanding. So the Castle uses Bluetooth. The Flycolor uses Wi-Fi. We're going to go to our Wi-Fi settings. All right, let's see. So now we're in Wi-Fi. We need to turn our Wi-Fi on. And you may need to search for a new network. So right here, ESC Wi-Fi. We're going to click ESC Wi-Fi. And this is where it's going to prompt you to have your password, which is going to be 0 8 times. And if it says allow permission or allow permission one time or stay connected, you want to do it like permanently, because you need to connect the Wi-Fi to this card, but also be able to get regular data internet. All right, so we're just going to click that, and then we should be able to hit click connect. All right, and we're back in. Now we're going to set our throttle. Okay, good deal. Okay. All right, so that's how you get into this program. That's how you actually download it, because I looked on the App Store and you couldn't find it. Now we are finally in the actual software, and let's see what this offers. This is the first time I've been going through it. Finally got hooked to it, so let's see what it offers. All right, so it says unidirectional motor running direction normal, low voltage threshold. Let's change that to 3.2. Start acceleration, we can leave on level 3. Motor timing, let's bump that down to 11.25. BEC voltage, let's bump that up to 7.4. Okay, and we'll leave auto lipo on. We're going to click save. So now that's saving it in the ESC. Now I'm curious. Let's go ahead and redo the throttle. Okay. Now let's go here to the other parameter on the screen. So this is data. Ooh, data record, data monitoring. That's cool. So that means this does have some sort of data log feature. All right, let's hit the trigger on the throttle. All right, doesn't show anything there. Data record, no data recorded. All right, let's hit play. Okay, let's see if it's live. It is live. That's so cool. That is really neat. Okay, so it says number pole pair. We need to go to 4. Okay. Record, read time, record. If you need to record real-time data, please click these settings. If you need to record real, yes, I'd like to record real-time data. Please quit. Okay. All right, let's hit save. So now we're in the 4-pole motor setting. Okay, let's try it again. That's very cool. Very cool. 11.9 volts. All right, let's go to the next setting. Firmware update. Let's just leave that alone. We'll go to Wi-Fi settings. So this is where you could change your password and whatnot. Now the factory password is 0 8 times. So it's 000000000. That's the factory password from the instructions. All right, let's go back to the settings. I'm so excited about this. This has data logging. So, or at least has some form of it. So I'll have to play around with that when we take the boat out for a run. But this gives us really cool features on a really small ESC. Everything up until this point has always been Castle Hydra to end up getting data. Now I understand why the Flycolor Kraken is the price that it is and the Wi-Fi card, but we do get data. So we get temperature, we get current, voltage, RPM, throttle. This is going to be really cool. Really cool. All right. Well, I think we've covered what we needed to cover here. Shown y'all things that I didn't know. And let's go ahead and get out of this setting here. So I looked for the Flycolor app everywhere. Couldn't find it. Luckily, Offshore Electrics has about a 1.5-minute video that explains how to access it. And I even went to Flycolor's website and it's not even there. So I don't really know. They should make it a little bit easier to get that app on your phone. But luckily, Offshore Electrics did provide that, that link. If you click Offshore Electrics downloads and go that the way I just showed you. But yeah, very cool. Kind of simple when you get into it, but it's kind of hard to get there. So hopefully I covered all the steps in this video to show you how to do it. So when you are connected, it's going to be a solid green light, and when you're trying to connect, it's going to blink. That's when it's reading, your signal from your phone. If you have an issue with this and you can't get into it for whatever reason, there is a manual reset button on the back. You just take a toothpick and press it. But I was able to follow the instructions with a little bit of fumbling through and everything that I showed you. And with the Wi-Fi, it does connect. Not with Bluetooth, but with Wi-Fi. So that's cool. So I think I've covered everything as far as how to and what we need to do to get through these steps. So hopefully you enjoyed that part. Hopefully it helped you out. We're going to take this boat and finish putting it together. We'll take it out for a run, but that won't be in this video. And hopefully in the near future, we will have another project for the Flycolor 150. And when we take this rigger out for the first time, I hope that I get some form of data log to where we can come through and at the end of the video and we can look at the actual data. But just like anything, you got to learn it, understand it, and then it's a lot easier to go through. So anything like this, it's brand new. Sometimes we just got to fumble our way through it. But I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes or so, and I'm going to get this ESC all plumbed back up and get my wires ran. And I got to get some battery straps in the boat. And I'll find a nice little spot to put this in the hull, because it says it works up to 20 meters, I believe. So yeah, 20 meters. So that's 65 feet. So it's a pretty good little distance of range if you just want to drive it around in a small pond. And especially with my pond that's outside, I may get service reception on this thing the whole time because I'm not really that far in a 1 acre pond. I am maybe like 80 or 100 feet, but in realistic terms, it may be all right. It may be all right. But I'm going to go ahead in the video here, start working on getting this put back together. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. There was a lot of work involved in doing something like this. A lot of editing, a lot of head scratching. I'm not very technically savvy, but I'm slowly learning. So thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all in the next one. Be sure, give it a thumbs up. Peace.